Hello everyone, this is a presentation for the 2019 Global Analytics Competition. We are Ruilin, Wang, Haoxian, and Qiangwen from Fordham University in the United States of America. Our topic is carbon footprint in global manufacturing industry transfer. In the past few years, it was pointed out by environmental organizations that some developing countries were exhausting too much greenhouse gas, which aggregated the global warming. However, export markets usually play significant roles in boosting the economy for some countries and fulfill the needs for some other countries who relied much on merchandise import. We decided to figure out if industry transfer during the globalization contributed to part of greenhouse gas emission produced by those developing countries. Except for water vapor, which accounts for about 70% of the greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide owns around 26% of the greenhouse gas. Since manufacturing industry transfer is important in the global market, we decided to analyze the carbon footprint embedded in carbon dioxide during global manufacturing industry transfer. We divided 97 countries into manufacturing move-in group and manufacturing move-out group to see the carbon footprint emission patterns of those two groups. In our project, we collected carbon dioxide emission, economy, and industry data from more than 38 countries. Our data perform different functions in this project. The first part of our data related to import and export of merchandise and manufacturing. We use them to calculate the index to distinguish which country transferred manufacturing industry to other countries and which countries had accepted manufacturing transferred in the past few years. The other part of data are carbon dioxide emission related data. We use them to help us find out the relationship between manufacturing transfer and carbon dioxide emission. We compare the trends of global share of annual carbon dioxide emission based on consumption and production for trade, and carbon dioxide efficiency in manufacturing within these two groups. We combine the two parts of data to show the carbon dioxide emission volume, percentage, usage, and sector of manufacturing move-in countries and manufacturing move-out countries. The main idea of our method is comparing the growth rate of manufacturing imports to the growth rate of manufacturing exports. We consider countries with manufacturing imports growth rate larger than export growth rate as manufacturing move-in countries, otherwise consider them as manufacturing move-out countries. Here is a formula of our methodology. G as total value of money in merchandise, M as percentage of manufacturing in merchandise total value of money, I as import, and E as export. After applying the formula, we obtain a list of index reflecting the manufacturing transfer situation of each country. In other words, if the index is positive, the country is in move-in group. If the index is negative, the country is in move-out group. The bar chart shows the manufacturing index value of each country. The yellow part represents manufacturing move-out countries. We can see that Japan is the largest one of manufacturing move-out countries. This picture is a map of move-in and move-out countries. Darker color indicates more intensive transfer. It is not surprising that most of the move-out countries are in regions that are more developed, such as Europe and North America, and most of the moving countries are in Africa and some parts of Asia. Compared to the reality, our index works well on distinguished moving and move-out countries, reflecting the extent of manufacturing transfer directly.
As for comparing the carbon dioxide emissions in different sectors, we chose China and the United States as the representatives of move-in group and move-out group. This graph shows the change of carbon dioxide emissions by sector of those two countries from 1990 to 2010. The total amount of carbon dioxide emission owns a significant increase in China since 2002, but this figure was stable in the United States. There is not a rapid growth of manufacturing carbon dioxide emission in the United States, while it showed an obvious increase in China. The manufacturing had the second largest part in China, and the transport part ranked the second in the United States. This plot displays the annual carbon dioxide emission based on consumption and production for trade between 1990 and 2015. From up to down, the four lines stand for move out group consumption base, move out group production base, move in group production base, and move in group consumption base carbon dioxide emissions. During 1990 and 2015, the consumption-based carbon dioxide emission was higher than the production-based in move-out group, while the production-based carbon dioxide emission was higher than the consumption-based in moving group, which means the moving group in net carbon dioxide emission importer, and the move-out group is the exporter. Besides, the difference of carbon dioxide emission between production and consumption in each group become bigger since 2002, illustrating that the degree of carbon dioxide emission for export trading in moving group countries rose. This picture is the global share of annual carbon dioxide emission in two groups. It shows the percentage of carbon dioxide emission each group contributes to the global emission every year. There are a clear chance that from 1750 to 2017, the percentage of carbon dioxide emission in manufacturing moving countries was increasing, and the percentage in manufacturing move-out countries was decreasing. Most of the time in this period, manufacturing move-out countries make larger contribution of carbon dioxide emission. In 2010, the share of carbon dioxide emission in manufacturing moving countries exceeds that of manufacturing move-out countries for the first time. This bar chart shows the change of carbon dioxide emission per GDP in manufacturing of four representative regions from 1980 to 2014: Sub-Saharan Africa, China, Europe areas, and the United States. This value means how much carbon dioxide is emitted for producing 1 unit for GDP in manufacturing, which implies the carbon dioxide emission efficiency of each region. During this period, carbon dioxide emission intensities of sub-Saharan Africa and China shows a decreasing trend, while Europe areas and the United States had stable and low figures in comparison. However, carbon dioxide emission intensities of sub-Saharan Africa and China were significantly higher than this value of Europe areas and the United States before 2008. Here are our conclusions. The carbon dioxide emissions in manufacturing moving regions increased dramatically in the past 40 years. However, the increase in production of these countries may not be the only reason for the tremendous amount of carbon dioxide emission. The global manufacturing industry transfer may be responsible for part of this phenomenon, since the energy efficiency of many developed countries are higher than those of developing countries. The former is recommended to take more responsibility in the manufacturing industry for lessening the global carbon dioxide emission. Meanwhile, because of the large amount of carbon dioxide emission from transportation and energy production, people should make more efforts to develop environmental friendly technologies in these two fields for both mitigating the carbon dioxide emission and saving global resources. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.